now we are taking a look at a video that was initially captured by a man on a bicycle, and he was on his way to buy some groceries. It was early evening and he was riding along a busy city road. After a short while, it becomes apparent that an accident must have taken place. Naturally, the man was curious and looking around a bit when passing by the scene. As it turned out later, a fatal collision had taken place. And as sad as this is, it is believed that the spirit might have still been at the scene after the incident. Let's take a look. The man recording checked the footage at home and had to realize that an eerie-looking pale figure in a white dress can be seen, standing in the middle of the road. And what's even more, they seem to be missing their head. For the man, there was no doubt that this scary-looking thing was a headless ghost, but he is uncertain if it was indeed the spirit that could have been related to the crash. Whatever the answer, it's pretty creepy though, isn't it? Want to take a look at an update from Jay Barari, and as many of you know, she's living in a haunted cottage, and we haven't taken a look at any of her updates in a while. I guess we dive straight in. So this is right in front of her cottage. I did not see anything. Without music really. What? Okay, I see anything?
Yeah,
oh.
Did you see that?
I think there was a shadow moving through. Here. Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that?
I saw that. Now is that the shadow that we had seen in the past? One small for good measure, yeah? Certainly somebody walking through. Let's see what else happened. In the evening, I suppose. Yikes, the double sound. I apologize. That's the thing, like, it's so easy to screw stuff up with all those TikTok music videos. Sounds like the music, sounds like... Somebody's on the property. Oh! This is weird, but there is already a lot of dust in the air, I feel. And who's to say there wasn't just a person, you know, blowing into the camera? And we don't see it fully. I mean, she must have seen it, right? It would have been nice if she just turned at that point. This was shared straight after, apparently. So that's her and her wife or girlfriend? So this is a little... Oh! They took this picture? That's a little playground? Oh yeah, she's snapping the... But this is not the same area, is it? What's the story behind that? So, they're snapping pictures down here. Now, yes, you see, maybe here. And then this. So there is a creepy boy standing. So if somebody knows more about what exactly was going on, I would appreciate if you would explain it to me. I have no idea, but apparently there seems to be something in this image that was not supposed to be there. This video was captured by a young man who was working a night shift in a local hotel in Mexico. He went outside the back door of the building to go for a quick smoke break. The door leads straight into the back alley that most of the time is pretty empty, especially in the really early morning hours. However, this night he noticed a huge lanky object to his left and started filming this encounter. He believes that we are seeing something from another dimension that wasn't supposed to be visible to the human eye. It was the first time he captured such a creepy event, and he isn't necessarily a believer in the paranormal side of things. But this night had him honestly question his beliefs. The video we are going to look at was recorded by Camillada Orange, and she was frankly terrified after realizing what she might have captured in her room one night. She states that she was recording herself dancing in front of her closet in her family's home. The house is a bit older, but nothing out of the ordinary had been captured in the past there. So the following event was quite unique for her. Let's take a look at what she has captured that night. For whatever reason, there is a creepy looking figure of a woman standing in front of the clothes in the closet and staring at the camera, moving up and down. Whatever this person, or apparition for that matter, is, we don't know what it was doing there. And if it isn't just a hoax, could it be a deceased family member? Maybe a former owner? Or something completely different? Very mysterious. Jimmy has sent the next recording. Apparently it was shared by a concerned mother. She lives with her little daughter, and something seems to mess with the two every night. This is a recording of her night camera, as the entity seemed to be back for more mischief. The little kid told her mother that something pulled her legs that night. And if that's true, what was it? An uninvited entity? Or is the girl just imagining things? Speaking of creepy things in back seats, let's now also take a look at a short recording from Angelica Papace, who uploaded the following clip to her Facebook page. She shared it with her friends and told them that she was simply trying to capture her daughter singing. It wasn't until one of her friends brightened the footage up that they realized that somebody else seemed to be sitting back there with her daughter. Could it be that her daughter's imaginary friend was part of the ride? Maybe singing along with her? It does look like the spirit of a little girl, I find. How eerie. The following video was posted by a young man who states that in this recording he came across something really unsettling. Apparently he had heard strange noises lately that, for whatever reason, seemed to occur after dark. He was just about to call his night when he felt that something wasn't right. He states, "Going upstairs to bed and felt scared all of a sudden. This really freaked me out." He wasn't sure what he saw that night, but if we take a better look, one could think that a creepy face is lurking out from the left lower corner in the other room. He was alone that night, so whatever this thing is, wasn't supposed to be there. Are we looking at a ghost here, or do you have a better explanation? The following is a video that was shared by a mine worker with the name Raphael, who states that what we are seeing was a creepy encounter that an old colleague of his had documented. They were just working in a local mine in Mexico when the man noticed a giant walking into the scene all the way up on a mountain right next to a really big tree. He couldn't believe his own eyes at first and recorded the incident for his colleagues.
Pero lo más raro, vean, como si fuera una sombra de un hombre ahí arriba, a la entrada de la mina, como si nos estuvieran cuidando. Miren, miren cómo se mueve. Ahí les voy a poner otra vez la entrada de la mina, socavón, en la parte más arriba, como si una silueta de un hombre. De repente extiende sus manos. Ahí se está moviendo. Está enseguida de un árbol. Ahí está abriendo los brazos. Como si nos estuvieran cuidando. ¿Qué será? Ya no lo puedo acercar más.
They never figured out what this giant creature was exactly. and the man recording this incident passed away shortly after releasing the video. This makes this whole incident even stranger, and it seems to stay a big mystery as of what exactly took place here that night. Now we're taking a look at an update from Kent of Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Once again, he has opened his diary full of terrifying encounters that have unfolded in his own home over the past several years. Today we are taking another look into his basement, which is home to the utmost terrifying encounters that are unfolding in his home. He was conducting a spirit box session at the time and was hoping to receive some answers about the strange encounters that have taken place as of late. After hearing some unsettling noises from the black hole right next to him, the following unfolded.
You tapping? Hello? Whoa! What the? Hello? I was watching the shadow movement right here, wondering where this was coming from. Then suddenly a face comes at me from within the darkness. I brightened this up as much as possible to show what came out from under the house. I can assure you, this screenshot is nothing compared to what this looked like in real time. As I jumped back, this thing went back through the hole under the house. This wasn't the only incident within those few seconds. What was said is just as disturbing as this encounter. Hello?
Could it be that one of the spirits, or possibly demons, that is inheriting this basement was showing itself to Kent that day? Maybe in the hopes to scare him away? Who can say? Now let's look into the haunting of Marvin Caguas. Marvin writes on his channel that his house has had a lot of paranormal activity occurring, but it never appeared to him to film until recently. In this first video he wrote that one of his niece's toys turns on by itself, so he decided to pull out his camera and head downstairs. Let's take a look.
Alvin. Funny anymore, man. Fuck, dude.
In this video we see the child's toy that is seemingly activated by the spirit. This prompts Marvin to check all around his house.
Alvin.
Everything seems calm around the house, but take a look when he re-enters the dining room.
What the fuck?
He notices that the chandelier is swinging, although nobody was in the room. Understandably, this scares the man, who runs off, and that is where the video cuts off. The next video that Marvin took in his home is even freakier. Marvin wrote, "I was showing the night vision on the Xbox One. When I later watched the video, I realized a figure and what appears to be a mist of some sort on the upper right portion of the screen. While I was filming, I did not notice it."
So right now it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm gonna switch on the night vision for you guys. As you can see, it's just it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature. I don't know if they have an app for this or whatnot, but they also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to the dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller. And then back to night vision. It's actually,
In the top right corner of the living room, we can see a very strange figure floating up towards the ceiling. This shadow could not possibly come from Marvin, since he's not moving in that way at all. He states that his family firmly believes that this is a shadow figure, and is also responsible for the objects moving around in the house. Do you think this is a true haunting? Let me know your opinions in the comments. Was recorded at a train station in the United States. A man had set up a toy train line completely built with Lego. Today, many visitors were attracted and gave his joyful train a closer look. No surprise that many children were amongst the spectators. At some point, they mounted a GoPro on top of the Lego Express in order to document the whole journey on camera. When the toy train enters a tunnel though, the video shows an apparition of a child that appeared out of nowhere. It clearly looks like the face of a little girl. Do you think her ghost was attracted to this toy creation? This is a very intriguing investigation video by our paranormal enthusiast and explorer, Southern Afterlife. Tonight he was traveling to a haunted compound, which he had scouted out during the day initially, but he was so intrigued that he decided to revisit this location again at night times, all by himself. The building itself is pretty old and unfortunately not accessible to the public. Therefore, he takes a closer look at the outside area and premises.
Hello?
Of course, there are cars driving by in the distance, so we can't be certain what the noise was. But when he films through the window to capture what appears to be a bedroom of some sorts, we hear it again. Is it the scream of a woman from the inside? Strange to say the least. At this point, he also stated that he didn't feel alone anymore. It is said that the first owner of this place died in there. During a session with the Necrophonic app, he hears another unusual noise from around the corner.
What was that? I'm on a wooden deck. It sounded like someone walking on it. I'm the only one out here. What the?
Did something perhaps sit on this old rocking chair? Just moments before, it certainly left him with many more questions than before. After taking another walk around the house, he captures something really odd.
Is there anybody out here?
What he describes as a woman in Victorian clothing is standing just few meters away from him. He didn't notice her, However, his camera perhaps has. What can you see here? Could it just be part of the tree? Unlikely, say many. Perhaps the spirit of the former owner, or something else.